day to the resource persons and all the participants. I'm very much delighted to welcome you all for the third day of faculty development program on field hockey organized by IQAC and Department of Physical Education of Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shashwin Jain College for Women in collaboration with Hockey Unit of Tamil Nadu. The Olympian and gold medalist Mr. Vasudevan Bhaskaran has wished the college and the session conducted on FDP as mark of celebrating the Olympic Day. The hockey legend and Padma Shri Mr. Bhaskaran has shared a video to make it more memorable and lively. Let us watch a video now.
Good afternoon, my dear friends. I'm happy to know that the National College for Women, in conjunction with the Hockey of Tamil Nadu, is celebrating and also conducting the seminar for another 5 days or 6 days to enhance the hockey. And being an Olympic Day, I can only wish all the participants a very good knowledge to be taken from this 6 days. And all the officials who are going to join after this inauguration function will also join other participants from a different angle. And I wish the college and the organizing physical director a very grand success on this Olympic Day. Wishing everybody a lovely Olympic Day for the year 2020. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this video and your wishes. Now, I am very much honored to invite the dynamic resource person, Mr. Mohammad Munir, FIH International Hockey Umpire, who is going to handle the session of the day. Match documents in field hockey. Over to Munir, sir.
Thank you very much for your introduction today, and hi everybody. The 2 days have been, I hope they have been very useful to you with regards to the information which I wanted to share towards the officials who were involved in the match, the judges and the technical officials. Okay. All right. Today we will have a detailed study about the different type of documents or different type of the paperwork which will be required at the technical table. Where there is no feasibility of the internet or the computer, then we need to have the hard copies. Okay. So basically, we start with the first document, which is the team entry form. Okay, like what you see on my screen, on your screen, is the team entry form. It is a common team entry form. This is the standard team entry form which is used in the international tournaments, and it is also followed in the national and other open all India tournaments. Okay, so the basic information about a team: the number of players, the shirt number of the players, the name which needs to be printed in the match report, and then the family name, and sometimes we have the father's name and then the date of birth. Okay, but this entry form may differ from federation to federation. For example, in Hockey India, we do have the Hockey India ID number. Okay, and if it is issued and a player has the ID, so he can put in his ID number in the column where the date of birth is there. Okay, so the basic requirement will be the later on. Let me tell you, later on I will be showing you the filled in entry forms also, and whatever the blank forms I'm showing you now, I will be able to help you with the filled in entry form, so that you will also have a idea about what is to be filled up. Okay, so this is the format of the entry form, which says what is the name of the tournament, the dates of the tournament, and the name of the team. Okay, and then we have the first column which says shirt number. Okay, previously it was 1 to 32, now it's 1 to 99. So you may have 16 players or 18 players in the team entry form, depending on the type of the tournament, or the composition of the tournament, where some tournaments they permit only 16. For example, the Olympics they permit only 16 players. So then the number of columns will be accordingly reduced. So we have the shirt numbers of the players, and then we have the names of the players, and then the printed printed family name and the first name. Okay. Then most important in this, we need to see the name of the team manager, then the name of the coach, the name of the doctor, the name of the physiotherapist, if any. Okay. In top level tournaments, in the top tier tournaments, we do have the provision of a stand-in manager and assistant coach, also included in the team entry form. Okay. The basic requirement of this document is to ensure that the number of the players are the same throughout the tournament. Once the team manager has declared the number of the the shirt number of the player for this particular tournament, it shall remain the same till the end of the tournament, which means the manager cannot change the numbers, right? Another additional information which will be submitted by the team manager on the entry form will be who are the two goalkeepers. He shall indicate the two goalkeepers and the captain. Okay, never mind if the captain is not there. There's no issue. You can always go back to him and get the captain's name. Okay, now then coming down to the bottom of the page, you see there are something called team colors and alternative colors. Okay, of late it has been decided in Hockey India and by the competitions committee in Hockey India that all the teams must declare their team colors, the primary colors, and then the alternative colors, because it helps the TD to allocate colors for the teams during the matches in the tournament. Okay, so the team colors is nothing but the primary color, the first color which the team may declare. For example, the color of the shirt, the color of the shorts, the color of the socks, and then the first color of the goalkeeper, which should be different from both the primary and alternate colors. So for example, if the goalkeeper's shirt first color is green, so it should be maybe red or the alternative colors. Okay, so the reason why we always say that we should have two different colors is in case of color clash. In case it happens in some tournaments where there is no proper kits available to the teams, they come with only single color, and then the other team also comes with the same color. So it's very difficult. So that's why we always insist at least you must have two different type of color shirts and color socks. Even if the shorts are the same, it's not a big issue, but still for uniformity, it's always good to have two different type of colors. I know it's a cost factor, but if you need to have a good show of the hockey match, then you need to have a proper uniform. Okay, all right. So then the main thing about this is a uniform. The uniform or the color of the shirt should be 80% of a single color. Okay, one set must comprise at least 80% of a single color, which means the major part of the shirt color should be one single color. Okay, and as I already told you, goalkeepers must comprise different color to both primary and alternative color of the shirt. All right. Then below we have the name of the person, or it could be the federation secretary or president, or maybe the CEO or the director of the federation. Then the date and the signature. Once the teams have declared their players on the team entry form and corrected to the last, it will not change till the end of the tournament. So, and another one indication is that once the team entry form has been signed by the team manager and submitted to the tournament director, they all come under the code of conduct of the federation, or either it is national or international. All right. two things we need to understand from the team entry form is it should be sent in advance to the national federation or international federation. Normally, it is sent at least 3 weeks before. And any changes to this entry form should be brought to the notice of the tournament director during the pre-tournament briefing meeting. Once it is done at the pre-tournament briefing meeting, and that's the final. It cannot be changed after that. So this document is a very important document which gives all details of players and the team staff. Okay. Now we will just move on to the next document. Uh, okay. So this document is the appointment sheet. This is the way the appointment sheet is made, where you can see
Sir,
the match number.
sorry for the interruption, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
please share your screen, sir.
Thought it was shared. Now okay. Hello. Now okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Okay. The next document in the tournament is the appointment sheet. Okay. This appointment sheet is given for each and every match. Suppose there are 2 matches per day, then you have an appointment sheet for 2 matches. Suppose there are 4 matches, then you have an appointment sheet, a single appointment sheet for 4 matches. Okay. This appointment is made by the tournament director a day before the start of the match for the teams, for the umpires, for the reserve umpire, for the technical officer and the judges. Okay. The details in the match appointment sheet are the match numbers. In case if it's a 2-pool competition or a 4-pool competition, then the pool, which is A, B, C, D or E, F, G, H, whatever it is, pitch, maybe it could be pitch 1 or pitch 2, and then the time. And then we have the teams and then the umpires. The first column will be the umpires will be posted or they will be the field umpires, and we have the reserve umpire. We will have 1 technical officer and 2 judges. Okay. So this appointment sheet will also indicate there is for top level tournaments we have a color allocation also put up in the appointment sheets for the teams to know, and that's of course that's on the TMS. And once it is put on the published on the TMS, all the teams have access to that appointment sheet so that they can look for what colors they need to wear. And this also helps the umpires to decide on what colors they need to wear compared to what is being worn by the teams. Okay. And then in consultation with the umpires manager or in coordination with the umpires manager, the TD makes appointments of the umpires for the matches in the different pools during the day or during the tournament. Okay. The umpires and the reserve umpire are done by the umpires manager, of course, in consultation with the TD, and the TD appoints the technical officers and the judges. Okay. There could be an occasion where the TD might delegate this power of appointing the technical officials to a senior technical officer who may be there in the list of tournament officials to make his work a little bit easy. or maybe he has more confidence in that technical officer so that he could do the posting. Okay, this is as far as the appointment sheet is concerned. Yes, I will show you the filled in appointment sheet also. It's nothing but that the names will be there. Okay, so we will move over to the next one, which is the tournament, or sorry, the match forms, which is called the match report. Madam, can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Can you see it?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thanks. Thank you. All right. This is the standard match report form, a basic document, as we already mentioned, as I had already mentioned to you all. This is needs to be studied by the judges and technical officers. Okay. It's nothing but the whatever is in the entry form, whatever the names of the players, the numbers of the players, and the name of the team manager, the name of the team coach, whatever is there is incorporated in the match report form. But a few more details is there. Okay, a standard, as I told, standard match report form. This is from Hockey India. So you have the name of the tournament. We will have the name of the tournament here somewhere, and maybe we'll have the logo of uh, the the state unit, or maybe the logo of the tournament, and then we have the match number, we have the date, the time, the pool, and the pitch. Okay. If it is a knockout tournament or is a classification match, so we may not have the pool there. So it just could be maybe first quarter, second quarter finals, third quarter finals, fourth quarter finals, semi-final one, semi-final two, on finals. Okay. Here we have the teams and on both sides, A and B. All right. Now, as you go down, this or the details to be recorded in the match report form, which is says you may not have the time on first before you start the match, but the details before start of the match will have the shirt numbers, the names of the players, the name of the coach, the name of the team manager on for both sides. And then we have the name of the umpires, the name of the scoring judge, the name of the timing judge, the reserve umpire, and finally we have the technical officer. Okay. Below down, if you see, we have the scoring pattern. How the teams who are playing, the goal scorers are recorded. Okay. Suppose if it is team A, then we say team A, and then time, maybe 21, shirt number of the player. First it is the time and then the shirt number. Shirt number of the player may be 6. Then action, it could be a field goal, it could be a PC, it could be a PS. So field goal and the score. So as I had already previously told you, if the teams who have been projected on the match report sheet, the left team comes the first team. So if it is the A team, which is on the left, then it comes A team. Score will be 1, 0. Okay. So again, if the B team scores, will be maybe in the 29th minute, jersey number 8. Maybe say, let's say they were a penalty stroke, and the score 1, 1. Okay. So the second team score comes on the second half of the score. And if the first team score comes on the first half of the score. This is how the score is recorded. Okay. This has to be done after each and every goal scored. The type of goal, the team, the time, the number of the player who scored the goal, and the action, that is the field goal, PC or PS, and then the score, 1 or 2. Okay. Now coming up to this forms here on top for the card issued to the player. For example, I'm just going to type a few numbers on this: 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, sorry, 24, 22, 44. Okay. So here we have the name of the players. We will have the name of the players starting from as per the numbers declared by the team manager in the team entry form. Okay. Now what you need to check up here is, as a technical officer or a judge, you need to check up the name. Two things important here is, was there a goalkeeper there? Suppose if it is 18 players, so there should have been two goalkeepers. All right. And most important, we need to have a captain on the field. So, sorry. So this is a basic requirement in the team entry form, where the team manager declares his 18, two goalkeepers and the thing. Before the start of the match, so the team manager is requested to give his first 11. Hello? Just a request to increase the fonts, but it's I don't get the full screen on that. Okay, never mind. So we will try to manage with this sort of. Okay, so here we have, we have two goalkeepers, a captain on the end goalkeeper. So the basic requirement to start a match is that you need to have a minimum players is not there, but maximum number of players should be 11. So the team manager, he declares his first 11. So this is how the first 11 is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Okay, there's one more extra player here. All right. So this is the basic requirement. You need to see the starting level. This is the starting level. Okay. And suppose, for example, after the start of the match, if there is a substitution and there's a player who is going in, number 2 is going in. Maybe let's say in the 7th minute of the game, so you put 7 there. Okay. And then if the number 12 is going in, maybe in the 14th minute or the 17th minute of the game, put 17. Here, there again, the number 20 is going in. He just gone into the second half of the game, so maybe at the 37th minute. So this is how you need to fill up the scoring judge needs to fill up the match report during the match. Okay, now let's move on to the cards issued. Okay, during the match, this is the first thing which is going to happen. That is, you may have to put the starting 11 as declared by the team manager, but ensure that there are two goalkeepers if it is 18 players, and then the starting 11, first 11 is there. Okay. Yes, in case the team manager has declared the first 11 and during the warm-up, in the last 10 minutes, just 10 minutes before the start of the game, if there was an injury to the player, for example, there was an injury to player number 8 and he is not going to start the game, so maybe then the team manager might come back to you and say, sorry, 8 is not playing, so maybe 24 will be playing. So this needs to be done. So this has to be done, and as a technical officer, you must always have that moral responsibility to inform the opponent team manager that there's a change in the starting 11. So number 8 is not playing, number 24 will be playing. Okay, and then inform the TD also that there is a change in the starting 11. Okay. Now we will go to the issue of cards. Now the umpire, after the starting of the game or during the match, have issued a card. Suppose the card was issued to player number 5. Okay, it was issued to player number 5 in the 9th minute. So you just click onto that column, and number 5, player number 5 is there. So just put 9. Okay, or if an yellow card has been issued to the captain of the team, say number 10, just click on number 10. Sorry, just put the time on that. Let's say 17th minute. Okay, all right. So suppose if there was a red card issued, so it is the same thing. You just have to click on to that player's number and just put the time, maybe in the 56th minute, dying minutes of the game, a red card was issued. All right. Okay, these cards are very much required by the TD to justify, for example, not for the green card, maybe for the yellow cards, to justify was there a deliberate offense committed by the player for which he received a yellow card, or was there a double card for them. And for a red card, of course, the reason goes without saying, the TD will take action for the issue of a red card depending on the seriousness of the offense. All right. So let's go. Suppose a player had received 2 cards. Suppose a player had received number 5 had already received a green, and he has also received another green. So 9th minute he received a green, and again in the 31st minute he received a green. So you have to just click there and put 31st, or just write or mark it by your pen that he had received 2 green cards. There's no harm in putting that. All right. So this is the way how it is done. So now we have seen how the goals have been recorded, how the cards have been recorded, and how the starting 11 is given to you with 2 goalkeepers and the captain, and then said. Okay. Now coming to the scoring of the teams at the end of the first quarter, second quarter, and fourth quarter. This is how it is. All right. So it will be team A. It will be team A. Maybe 1. End of first quarter 1-0. This is team B. Okay. Okay, and then in the second quarter, maybe there was no score for team A, so it is 0, and team B has scored 1 goal, so it is there. Then again you go back to the third quarter. In the third quarter we say team A has scored 2 goals and team B has scored only 1, and then we move to the fourth quarter where we say that team A has scored 1 goal and team B has scored 1 goal. Okay, so at the end of the 4 quarters, so now we know this, the total is 4 goals, and here down for B it is only 3 goals. Okay, one small additional information will be there in this match report sheet when it comes to the classification or knockout stage, is that there will be an additional box here which says SO, which means shootout. So the shootout score will come out separately, which I will show it to you in a filled up match report form, which you will be able to understand easily. Okay, this match report is only for the pool matches. In case of a classification and knockout matches, there will be another box to say that SO, so shootout. So shootout is the different competition. So this information or what you have recorded there is only during the match. So we have to go and see what happens in the shootout and then put that score in the shootout column. Okay, so this is as far as the match report is concerned. Okay, so once the match report has been filled up, as I had already mentioned to you, that you need to check the correctness of the match report to make sure that all the details are recorded correctly. And in case if the team manager comes back to you and says, no, sorry, it was not number 21 who scored the goal, or oh sorry, not number 6 who scored the goal. You got it wrong. It was number 8 who scored the goal. So you need to reconfirm this, and make sure that the correct goal scorers numbers come on that, because internationally it is very important uh, for them to keep a stat about the number of goals scored at international levels, so that they always count for the goals they scored in international tournament. It's a personal uh, or what do you call uh, and to they keep in mind that they have scored so many goals during the international tournaments. Okay. So this is what is there for the match report. Okay. Now we'll move over to the blank form of card registration. How a card registration form is to be filled up. Okay. So this there again, this is a document related to the card registration, which says the competition or the name of the tournament and the match. The match may be match team A versus team B, and then the date of the match and time. Okay. Now the details which need to be recorded. Cards issued for warning, that is green card, does not find a place in the card registration form because it's only a warning and it is not a personal penalty for a very serious offense committed by the player. Okay, so only the yellow and the red card details are recorded in the card registration form. So for each team you have two different spaces for to record. So maybe this is for team A, which says a yellow card was received. Okay, yellow card was received by number 7, and the name of the player. Oh, sorry. It should be the time. Okay, the yellow card received by at the 21st minute by player number 7. Okay, the name of the player. The reason for the yellow card may not be available with you immediately during the match or during the quarter times. Okay, definitely as discussed or intimated during the pre-tournament briefing meeting with the TD and the technical officials, and of course with the umpires manager and the umpires when they have their meeting. If an yellow card is issued and no time is shown by the umpires, which means it's a minimum 5 minutes. All right. If it is supposed to, if in the opinion of the umpire, if he thinks that it should be more than 5 minutes, then he might indicate the number of minutes which need to keep the player off the pitch for the issue of yellow card. Okay. So this reason, as I told you, maybe you'll get it at the end of the match. So you have to just keep these details with you: the time of suspension, the name of the player, the number of the player, and maybe the duration. If your umpire did not indicate, then you can just put 5 minutes here and 5 minutes here, and you can say, and then the umpire comes back after the match and he checks it up. Or if the umpire is indicated, let's say 7 minutes, okay, fine. Then you just record the 7 minutes and then it's later checked by the umpire. All right. Then the red card. If a red card is issued, it's the same thing. The time of the red card issued, the name of the player, the number of the player, the reason later on by the umpire, and the duration. Of course, there's not going to be any duration there, so he might be out depending on the level of offense or the severity of the offense committed by the player. Okay. Then it is the same details how it is filled up for team B also. Okay. After after completion of the match, the technical officer will incorporate with all these details. Will incorporate the reason as stated by the umpire and get a countersign by the umpire, just to confirm the reason that yes, what was the reason for which the card was issued. Okay. Why this card registration form is important is on the sanction aspect and on the code of conduct reasons. Okay, to determine the level of offense committed and for punishing the player. So maybe there was a serious act of violence by the player for which the umpire had issued him a red card, uh, and for this the TD might call for a hearing of the player who had received a red card, and he may suspend him or even reprimand him officially depending on the offense. Okay, that all goes by the COC, whatever is there in the code of conduct and the level of offense committed. All right. So these details will be filled up and it will be signed by the technical officer. But the technical officer need to be very, very careful that if there was the issue of a red card, we need to inform the tournament director immediately that there was a red card issued to a player for that for which and the reason for the red card must also be informed to the TD. Okay, so that was one reason. Okay, so now we move on to the next. Got some problem. All right. So next document in a match is the match injury report. Okay, the match injury report is nothing but giving the details of the player who was injured, the reason for the injury, the sanction by the umpire, the nature of injury. Okay, the format is very simple. It's the name of the tournament, the match, whom versus whom, and the details of the injury caused. All right. So here we have the time, what minute the player was injured, the player name, and if you have the number, if you can put in the name, well and good. The location of the pitch. The location of the pitch should always indicate to be very precisely that which area. For example, if it is inside the striking circle, was it the defending striking circle or the offending or the attacking striking circle? Okay, then it's all there on top. If the location, suppose if you see here, the location is the midfield 23 meters circle. So here need to be more precise and say inside the defending 23 meters, inside the attacking 23 meters, midfield, or maybe in the attacking 23 attacking striking shooting circle, or in the defending shooting circle. Okay, then what are the action which caused the injury? Maybe he was struck by the ball, or did he fall on did the player fall by himself on the turf, or was there a clash of players? And then we have what is the nature of injury? Nature of injury is nothing but was it a bruise, what is a blunt shot, was there a bleeding injury, or was there a twisted arm? Whatever with the nature of injury. Okay, then the sanction by the umpire. Suppose it was a dangerous, very dangerous tackle by a defender inside the 23 meters, and the attacker was injured, then a penalty corner is given. So we say the sanction by umpire may be penalty corner. Or if a goalkeeper had deliberately brought down the player inside the circle and that attacker was badly injured, then we say breakdown of play by the deliberate breakdown of the player, a penalty stroke was awarded. Okay, then the rule. What was the rule? Was it dangerous play? What type of a foul was it? A wrong tackle, or was the ball intentionally raised onto the player, which caused a bleeding eyebrow, which hit the face of the player, and then there was a lacerated eyebrow. So these are the reasons you need to write. Okay, it is the same for each team. Okay, why we need to put the injury form is it has been there's been a study of the nature of injuries, because the game of hockey is so fast and very vibrant. There were a lot of injuries going on. There were a lot of injuries going on to the players, and every time players were going out for injury, and the medical department section of the FIH wanted to analyze how these injuries are being caused. So with all these details, uh, they would analyze where the actual potential danger is caused by the players. Is it inside the circle or inside the 23 meters? And this also helps the team doctors or team physios to prepare their players accordingly or advise their players accordingly. Okay, so this is as far the injury report, and this injury report is normally filled up by the judge or the technical officer, whoever it is, but make sure that the details are incorporated correctly. And this can be got from the tournament doctor or from the team physio or the federation appointed doctor uh, who comes through the federation. Okay, so this is with regards to the injury forms, right? So next we have the penalty shootout. Okay, this is a different competition, so we always look for it now to manage it in a very professional manner. So the penalty shootout competition form is something like this, which says the match number, the date, the time, the pool, and the pitch. Okay, in the shootout, there has been a small error here. Okay, in the shootout competition, normally we don't say which pool. Yes, there could be a pool match which could lead to shootout competition when the ranking of the teams in a pool is not decided. So, if with all the conditions going in parallel, where there is no clear evidence to declare a match winner or the topper of the pool, then we have to play a shootout competition, penalty shootout competition. Okay, normally shootout occurs only during the classification and the knockout matches. All right. So here we have the details of the match, the date, the time, and the pitch, and then we have the teams on one team on the left, one team on the right. Then we have the shirt numbers of the players. For example, the 6, 8, 9, 14, 20. Okay, so this is how it is done for both the teams. Okay, so 7, 7, 19, 20. Okay, so this is how the numbers are written. Okay, before I tell you anything in further, please be aware that the stroke takers will not be nominated. There is no more nomination of the stroke takers by the team managers. Okay, which means you will not be you will not know the stroke takers until they have taken the shootout. Okay, previously they used to declare, the FH regulation said that the team manager shall indicate or nominate the stroke takers and as per the sequence. So he will give you the sequence. But now it's different. That no more nomination will be given by the team manager, and there'll be no sequence. Okay, but already as I had mentioned, the two judges who will be on the field of play during the shootout competition will record the number of the player who's taking the shootout. For example, for team A, if it's going to be number 7, he has taken the shootout. He has come to take the shootout. You mark number 7 there, and if he had scored a goal, then you just simply go and say yes, scored a goal. Okay, and again go to team B, number 3. He has scored a goal. Yes. Again, team A, 9. He has not scored a goal. Then you just mark him 0. Again, number 5, not scored, like this. So this is how it is marked. Okay. So it is even on a hard copy, you just have to take a printout and keep it with you with each of the judges and mark it like this. Okay. So end of the at the end of the five stroke shootout has taken, then you get a result. Then you just put the result here. You just get the result in the last. So just and in case if the first set of shootout is has gone into a draw, then they go into a second sequence which is called the sudden death, and then we have the final result which comes here. Okay. So let's see. 4-5. Sorry about it. So this is how it is entered. I will be showing you the filled in document of the shootout competition, which will be there. Okay, the most important thing will be getting the signatures of the managers in two places. The shootout competition first, you need to get the manager's signature on two places. One will be here, and then again the bottom after the final score has after the shootout completed and the a winner has been decided. Then you get the manager's signature, then the umpire's signature, then it is signed by the technical officer. Okay, so this is the document pertaining to the shootout competition. All right. So now we will go into the fill in documents of the various documents of the match. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is I'll just unable to find my entry form, filled in entry form. I'll show it in a while. So this is the filled in appointment sheet, which has all the details of the teams, the time, the pool, the match, the pitch number, and then we have the names of the umpires and the reserve umpire, the technical officer, and then we have the names of the two judges. Okay, and this, as I told you, will be signed and given by the tournament director to the teams. All right. The one additional information which will be provided here, depending on the level of the tournament, is the shirt colors, which will be allotted to the teams for IOC. Like for example, IOC was in Indian Navy. IOC may be getting their white, and the Indian Navy may be playing with the blue, and with all the three colors: the shirt, the shorts, and the socks. All right. Okay. Now, we will just move into the filled up match entry. Filled up match documents, which we will start with the match report. Okay. So if you just see on the screen, this is how a filled in match, a completed match report sheet. A completed match report sheet will look like. Okay. So if you see, the starting 11 have been marked with X. The entry of the players as per the time they have entered the field of play, and we have two goalkeepers and a captain. So the goalkeeper is also a captain there. And then we have the cards issued. The green card to number 4 in the 56th minute, yellow card to number 35 in the 10th minute. Sorry, in the yellow card to number 10 in the 35th minute. Same wise, it goes to that Indian Navy Mumbai team. So we have the starting 11. We have the time of the player who entered the field of play in the 10th minute, number 10 in the 10th minute, number 14 in the 9th minute, number 19 in the 40th minute, etc. etc. And we have two goalkeepers, and we have captain number five. Yes, there was an yellow card issued in the 35th minute to player number 13. Okay, as you come down, you see for the IOC team or PNB team, I'm sorry, for the PNB team, there is no coach. If there is no coach, you just cannot leave it blank, just put a dash to make sure that it is not manipulated, and then suddenly you find there's a coach's name there. Okay, so there's a team manager for both sides, and this team has the Navy team has a coach Ajay Kumar, and they have two managers for each, one manager for each team. There are two umpires there, two judges, and we have a technical officer, and then we have a reserve umpire. Okay, then if you just scroll down on the screen, you can see how the score is written. Okay, so as I told you, Indian Navy is on the right side, so we put Indian Navy. It was first goal was scored by Indian Navy in the 3rd minute. The shot number 23, field goal. It is 0-1. Okay, so now the PNB is on the left side of your score sheet. So it's in the 13th minute by number 22. It was scored by a penalty corner, which is 1-1. Okay, so likewise, whatever has been the score, it has to be incorporated as laid down. Okay, so we have three different type of goals which are scored, like the field goal, we had the PC, and then we had the penalty stroke also. Okay, so this is how a completed match report will look like. Now again, now for example, the card registration form, how a card registration, this is how a card fully filled in card registration form will look like, with all the details, the name of the tournament, the match, whom versus whom, the date and time. So in the name of the team, the PNB team, for example, if it's there, and then you see there was an yellow card issued to number 35, sorry, in the 35th minute to number 10, name of the player, and the reason was physical contact with the opponent, which for which the umpire said he should be out for 7 minutes. So he is out for 7 minutes. All right. Then just as he got out, oh, they, both of them had received the card in the 35th minute. So it was number 13 of the Indian Navy who had a physical contact with the opponent. So he was also out for 7 minutes. Okay. Now the injury form, as I told you that. So if you can just see on your screens the injury form. So it has the details, the name of the tournament, the match was whom versus whom. For example, if the PNB player was in the 40th minute, he was injured, and his shot 40th minute he was injured. His shot number was 24. The location of the pitch was the defending 23 meters, which means he was a defender in the 23 meters. The action causing injury was he was struck by the ball, which means there was a dangerous hit by the attacking player, where he was struck by the ball. The nature of injury was bruised arm, so the ball hit him on his arm, so he had a bruised arm. The sanction by the umpire was a free hit to the defending team, which means the hit by the attacking team was wrong. In the sense, it was dangerous. It was dangerous. That is why the player was injured. So the rule says it was a dangerously raised ball. Okay. Again, if you go to the team Indian Navy team, and this we have in the 2nd minute by player number 9 was injured. The location was inside the attacking circle. Action causing injury was he fell on the turf. The nature of injury was lacerated knee because he fell on the turf. The sanction by umpire was nil because there was no reason for a sanction by the umpire. Why? Because the rule, there was no breach of the rule, which only says the reason says it slipped on his own. So when he slipped on his own, he fell on the turf and thereby got himself injured. Okay, right. So here this is a complete filled in shootout form. Uh, so if you see the details recorded, So we have 4 goals in favor of the PNB team and only 3 goals in favor of the Indian Navy team. And then it is finally down. You see the final result is 4-3. Okay. Now this shootout result, if you see the match report, is shown in the results column separately, where we have score of each pool, each quarter, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then the total, the total score during the quarters, and then the shootout, and then the shootout is a separate competition. That's why we have to indicate it as separately. We cannot add that score and put it totally. This is how we have to check on that. Okay, you need to give me a minute break before I just try to get in the details of the, the fully completed entry form. Madam, hello,
Yes, sir. Yes,
hello.
yes, sir.
Madam, just give me a minute break. I'm just trying to find out the filled in entry form so that I can help these people. Okay, I got it. I got it. I know, no problem, no problem. I'll just continue with this. I'll just continue with this. Just let me know if you can see the PDF. It's just opening. Can you see the PDF, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, guys. This is how the team entry form. This is a very perfect, uh, completely filled in entry form from the Bangalore Hockey Association during the ninth Hockey India Senior Men's National Championship B Division. So as I told you, so you see the shirt numbers of the players. Yes, of course, at that time it was 1 to 32, and they still decided to use to 1 to 32. So you have the shirt numbers of the players here, and then of course the family names not there, which was not required. So then because they don't have the names printed on the back of the shirts, then you have the shirt, the first name of the players, and if you see the details, you have a goalkeeper, you have 2 goalkeepers, you have a captain on each. All right. Then as again I informed you that Hockey India's ID card, those who have the Hockey India ID card, they can just put in their ID cards. All right. This is a perfect entry form which has been submitted during the national championship. And the other details, as I told you, was the name of the team manager, the name of the coach, and then of course they did not have a doctor or a physio, uh, but some of the teams will come with their physios. Maybe the institution teams come with their physios because they can afford for it. All right. So then the team colors, as I told you, was they have a different type of team colors for the primary color and the alternative color. So the shirt, for example, it yellow and maroon, and the shorts were black, the socks were black, and the goalkeeper's colors were first color was orange. All right. The alternative was blue and white. The shorts was white, socks was blue, and then the goalkeeper's shirt was yellow. So you see the contrast. That there are 2 different type of goalkeeper's shirts. They have 2 colors, primary and alternative colors, and then finally it is it has been certified and signed by the honorary secretary of the Bangalore Hockey Association, stating that the names and the numbers of the players declared is true. Okay. It could happen. It could happen that although they having declared in the last minute, there could be some changes, and some players might have been included. But unless now, as per the Hockey India regulations, unless you are registered with Hockey India at all, you will not be permitted to play. Okay, so those conditions are all there. Anyway, that's a lookout of the TD and to ensure that those are updated before he makes a final call. Okay. So far as the documents, these are the documents which I am able to share with you. I hope you could have you have picked up something. Although most of you may have done it, but it is very important to know that all the documentations are a record which could be used at any point of time, uh, any time anyway. Okay. So we need to be very careful in handling the documents and uh, make sure that all the details required are there. And if they are not tried there, be proactive in getting them done as fast as you can. Okay. Okay. That's it from me now. I over to my Algo. Hello. Hello. All right.
Sir, participants and question,
Sorry.
question is
Yeah. Yeah. The question. Okay. Right. Fine. I'll just. Okay. So we will go by the WhatsApp, or we shall we go by the private chat?
because
Hello,
it's
madam.
free.
Sorry. All right. Okay. We will go by the WhatsApp. WhatsApp. I have some questions sent. If a shootout going to be drawn for all the three sets in a knockout match, then what will happen? Oh, good question. Yeah, it has to go on till you till there's a decider for who wins the shootout competition. There's nothing like that. You need to draw. You cannot draw a coin and toss a coin to say that you won and you lost. So if it is going to be a draw for, there's nothing specified as to number of sets which has to be there. Normally, what happens is once you finish your first set, then the second set you go to a sudden death. Okay, even in that, if there is a draw, then you go for another set. Even that's a draw, then you go for another set. Okay, the sudden death procedure is very simple. That both the teams must have had an equal opportunity to take the shootout, and then if a team which has scored less number of goals is declared the loser, and the team which has scored the more number of goals with equal opportunity is a winner. Okay. All right, a player received two or three yellow cards. What will happen? Oh my God, it's a very tough situation. Two or three yellow cards in a match means either something wrong with the player. Uh, uh, I don't know if whether he was really trying to play the game. Okay, there is a provision to receive two yellow cards, but if the second yellow card received is for the same offense, then it should be higher than the first. The duration of the suspension should be higher than the first one. Of course, I have not seen three yellow cards received, but still, it could be possible that the third yellow card, and definitely this means that he goes out for a game, depending on the uh, offense committed for having received the third yellow card. But it normally doesn't happen, because if it is two yellow cards for two different offenses, and if it's a third yellow card, which means it should be a red. Okay. What is sudden death in form? Oh, yeah, your question is not clear. Sudden death in form, I'm not sure about that. But it's there in the shootout competition form, where after the first set, the second death. Okay, the second, the bottom part of the form says sudden death. Okay, you mean to say the sudden death in form is the bottom part? Yeah, but in the sudden death, the sequence need not be the same as the sequence in the first set of shootouts taken by the team. Suppose it was 2, 8, 10, 11. It did not be the same in the sudden death. It could be 11, 9, 4, something like that. Okay. So, but it should be the same set of 5 shootout takers, but the sequence can be different. So my question is, playground measurement only one have any changes? Playground measurement. Okay, you mean you're talking about hockey pitch? Right, so it's the same. There's nothing different unless and until if it is a five-a-side or indoor hockey, it's different. But for a normal 11-a-side game of hockey, it is the same. Okay. Yeah, some questions on the screen. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Don't find any questions on the screen. Hello, doctor. Doctor, I don't find any questions on the screen.
Sir, stop
All
your
right.
screen share, sir.
Yeah. Just I just want to check. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you very much. All right. Just a clarification on the team list. Yeah, who's this? Kalai Selvan. Hi. Just a clarification in the team name list. Only three letter was written in PNB mentioned, but Indian Navy now how to mention this type. Okay, it is IN. IN. It's just two letters. Okay, for IN. It normally when if you see the match report, the column where you have to put incorporate the scores, there is only space for three letters. Okay, and where it don't have a provision for three letters, I think two letters should be fine as far as you understand that. So for because PNB, there could be Punjab National Bank could have a three letter in that, so it was PNB. So and Indian Navy is only just two words, so that's why IN was there in the Indian Navy side. Okay. Any more questions? Bad lighting and match, one goal scored. Can the team object? What decision can it? Oh, it's a practical, very practical question, Madam Meglata, Madam. So bad lighting is you have to be proactive. Either the technical officer or the umpires need to be very proactive to check for bad lighting. Suppose if the match, and you have to be very well prepared to know if the match is going to go into bad light. So you'll have to plan accordingly, and maybe you need to call off the match so that it is continued the next day at the earliest, maybe not on the same pitch or the different pitch, but you had need to complete the match with the same score. The score remains the same. Okay. Ajay Kumar Rawat, who should fill which form? The entry form? Yeah, the entry form should be filled by the, normally it is filled by the, what do you call it, the club secretary, the state unit, the national federation, and then submitted to the tournament director. But in normal tournaments, in small level tournaments, it is filled up by the team manager or by the institution teams by the sports secretary. But it has to be signed by a proper authority like the team manager or maybe the uh, secretary of the club or the secretary of the state unit, or maybe sometimes you may have the CEO also signing from the federation side. All right. Okay, we have a few questions on the WhatsApp. How many players can be given yellow and red at the same time during the match? Okay, there's no limit for to the number of the players who can receive number of players who can receive an yellow and a red card. As depending on the bad behavior of the players. So yellow card, there's no limit. Of course, more than two yellow cards. As I told you, it should be a red card, which means you don't have a control over the teams. Okay. There's no limit, but a good uh, good players or good umpires who have good control over the team will always control the match in other ways. Okay, is there any limit to the number of players on the ground the match to give? I'm sorry, once again, as I told you, there's no minimum number of players required uh, to start a match, but the maximum number of players is only 11, so which means there cannot be more than 11 players on the field of play to start a game. Okay, if a player got a red card, what will be the design for him for the what will be the design for him for the tournament? Okay. Now, if a player had received the red card and on the report of the tournament of the technical officer or the report of the umpires, the tournament director the technical delegate may call for a hearing uh, with with substantial evidence to say that there was an offense committed for which you had received a red card, and what type of offense was it: level offense 1, level offense 2, level offense 3, and depending on the uh, hearing, the attitude of the player during the hearing, his suspension will be decided by the tournament director. And if he is suspended for more than 1 or 2 matches, then he may not be even able to come on to the field of play or even enter the arena where the match is going. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, if many players are injured, so minimum number of players required to play the match. Okay. Yeah, it's a rare situation where you find minimum number if many players are injured. So once you need to start a match, there is nothing which has been uh, laid down to say that the minimum number of players required to start, even if you have injuries. Okay, so there's no question of the minimum number of players required to play a match. Nothing, only the maximum number should be limited. Yeah. Okay. If an umpire mistakenly issued a wrong card, can he? Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Can be. For example, if the umpire thought he had issued a wrong card, he can always call off that card and they can issue him a very fresh card. For example, if the player had already received a green card and it was given by the other umpire, and then this umpire also wanted to give him a green card, but he was informed by the co-umpire that he already received a green, so it must be a yellow. So he can call off the green card and say, "Sorry, you already received a green for the same offense. So now you have to go out." So maybe he'll give him a yellow card. uh, Injury sheet managed by, yeah, the injury sheet is normally managed by the judges uh, uh, with in coordination with the technical officer for the nature of the injury and to know the, the type of injury or the place of or the location of the injury where it was caused to the player. For example, so some of us as judges, we may not know for hamstring. So the player may just fall down. Maybe we may think that he tripped and he fell down, but actually it would have been an hamstring. So it is the best for the technical officer to go over to the team physio or the team doctor or the tournament doctor and confirm with him to ask what type of injury was it. Was it an injury because he fell on the pitch, and what was the reason? Maybe then you will come to know because it was a twisted ankle or for hamstring. It is normally done by the judges, and that could be done not immediately. It could be done even at the end of the match. Okay. There's a question about the same color T-shirt. Then how we decide which team will change. Okay. Yeah, in normal circumstances, if the teams come with the same type of shirt, and if they mutually agree, and if the team mutually agree, the teams mutually agree that they will either of the team will change the shirt, so there's no issue. But if still they insist that they will play only with their the color which they brought, then we may need to go for a toss, and the winner will keep that color with him, and the loser will definitely have to wear a different color. Maybe the bibs provided by the tournament committee, or maybe if the team has brought another color with them, so they may take. So normally it is there will be a toss, and this is it happens. It happens many a times. Okay. Uh, okay, who will fill the card? The card registration form will also be filled up by the scoring judge, the scoring judge. But the final reason, as I told you, will be informed by the umpires. So we have to wait for the umpires to give their reason, and again, the injury report will be filled up by the judges. Okay. Same match report sheet can be used if a match is not played in 4 quarters. No, no, no. You cannot have the same match report sheet for a match which is played for 2 halves. That is 35, 10, 35. That's a different format. It is a for match. The match format is the same, but the scores, the scoring area where you record the scores will be different. Where it will say first half, second half, and then the final score. Okay. Uh, yeah. If a tie occurs, if tie, how declare result? All right. Okay. All right, it's a very good question. It's a big process. The process is there. So there are the conditions to uh, decide on the winner. Suppose if in a two pool pool competition, if there are more than one or two teams who have the same number of points, uh, then there are certain criteria which needs to decide who the first. It will be the points, the number of matches won, then it will be the goal difference, goals for minus goals against, where the positive goal difference will take place, and then we have the goals for, and then we need to take into account the number of field goals scored by the team to decide who will be better off than the other team to declare the winner. And in case, even if that's a draw, that's a tie, then you need to go for the shootout competition. Okay. Due to natural calamities, the match was abandoned by first half, and what is the decision? Yeah, due to natural calamities like for knockout. Okay. Natural calamities, yeah, definitely the match has to be completed, even if it is a knockout match. So if the first half was played and the second half could not be played on the same day and the same venue, it should be immediately played as early as possible. Maybe not on the same pitch, maybe somewhere else to complete the match. Okay. So, but the goals or whatever the score was at the end of the first half remained the same. Okay. All right. Wow. It's a very big question coming up. The ball is hit from inside the 16-yard circle, and it touches the goal post, edge, goal line post, and as soon as the ball touches the post, it breaks. So ball goes inside the goal. Okay. Right. It could happen. I don't say it will not happen, but in all probabilities, the rule says that to score a goal, the ball must be hit from inside the circle, and the ball as such must cross the goal line as a whole. So if a part of the ball goes into the goal, it's not a goal. Just give me a minute. I'm just on a call. Ankit, I'll call. So, what I was telling you is that the rule very clearly says that the ball as a whole must cross the goal line, must completely cross the goal line. So, if half the ball going into the goal is not a goal. We have another 3 minutes to go, doctor. Uh, yeah, doctor, you're there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have another 3 minutes to go. We have. Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, Shani, if you have any questions, kindly please.
Because I don't find anything on the private chat.
Okay, I think that's all. Okay, sir. I would like to record my sincere thanks in taking time to educate us on math documents in field hockey. I believe that it would be of great use to all of us while we connect forward. Thank you once again for sparing the valuable time with us, sir. And many thanks to the participants who for being part of